Hey y'all, here's Bob back finally. I this has been a chore getting this. I ordered this from Ford, the raised lid cargo area enclosure. Let me make that bigger. That's looking for, I guess, from inside picture with the back seat down. And then over here is from outside with the lid raised. So I had some points, and they had 20% off and all that neat stuff on the Ford site, so I got it. And this has been months ago. So FedEx destroyed it. I got it. The box was completely destroyed. The foam or styrofoam or whatever that encloses it was all completely tore up. There was parts of it bent all to hell. I mean, this thing must have been, not this one, but it must have been sliding around a warehouse floor somewhere getting run over by forklifts. So I sent it back. The dealer down here in Greenville, Tennessee, they were really helpful, very helpful people. And they ordered me another one. Second time around, same thing. The box was destroyed. Couldn't be sure if the parts were in it. I mean, why would anybody ship anything FedEx? Three's the charm. So several months later, I finally got it. Again, what are they called down there? Gateway Ford down in Greenville, Tennessee. Very helpful. In the intervening time, the price of this thing went up. But they were great about it. They held to the original price I paid for it. So, finally got it. Okay. So, looking at it, it looks pretty well made. It's pretty heavy steel. And this one was, the box was still intact. I've since opened it up. Nothing's all bent up. It's in good shape. These brackets, I don't know if you can tell, they're pretty thick, heavy steel. They have a little, I don't know if you can see that, R for right, and then the other ones for the other side. See, there's an L stamped in it, so because the directions suck. I mean, this is really helpful because when you get into the directions, the pictures are horrendous, and I mean that's all. Well, you got 3 languages there. There's no directions, just pictures basically. It does point out how much to torque the bolts to, and that's it. So you really got to look at it. I mean, I've figured it out, but you really got to look at these directions. The pictures, again, I mean, that picture right there, you know, it took a minute, but figured out this is looking from the back, and this is telling you to take the bed. This is, I guess, looking forward. These would be the back seats. That's the little hump. And that picture is telling you, with a picture, to remove these guys. So anyway, I'm going to get started on this. I got to put a couple of pieces together before it starts going in. And, yeah, I mean, so far, it looks like it's pretty quality made. It's at the very least what you would expect or hope for. Maybe better than that. Not sure if I'm even going to like it. One thing I didn't realize and I noticed is this piece will go over here. Well, when it goes over there, you know, when you take your top off, you unplug the washer fluid and this plug, and it's got this receptacle here to hold it in place so it's not flopping around. Well, once this goes up there, you can't get to it, which means that cord, when you unplug it, just flops around. So, you know, we'll see. I might like it, I might not. If I don't, I'll sell it. My daughter's talking about getting herself a Bronco, so if I don't like it and she wants it, she can have it, you know. Anyway, still really happy with this, the tailgate molly panel though. That was I feel like that was a good investment. So that's all right. Anyway, we'll be moving on here. Start getting it all as I get this thing installed. I'll update and we'll see what we got. So first step, simple step. You remove these guys. Pop that out. I mentioned it before. You lift up and pull out. Or no, the ones all the way in back, lift up. Slips right out. Unbolt those things. You'll be putting those back in. I can't read that. Nope. I'm not reading it. It's a millimetric. Anyway. So then you take your panel and you bolt these guys on. These guys go around on the back side and get bolted on. And they use these plastic wing nuts. Well, it's steel inside, but the threads are. But I'm guessing so that if you need to take it out, it's not too hard to take out. We'll see. Anyway, just getting that done. Like I say, that one there. And of course, it goes on the other side. Goes on the inside. Anyway, moving on. So that part was pretty straightforward. Yeah. Just bolt them down. And you've got these spacers that have to go underneath. That's when you tighten it down, it doesn't buckle. And again, pretty straightforward. That'll drop right down through that, through that and down through the spacer. And there doesn't appear to be any easy way to do that. Just got to pucker right and look down the hole and make sure you get it lined up. I guess, I don't know. Y'all do it however you want to. But that's the next stage, bolting these down. That one's bolted down. I guess these aren't going to have a cover anymore. I don't know. I don't know how well you can see that, but I guess you get stuck with these little tabs. Whatever. Moving on. Okay, so I've gotten the two sides bolted down. And I just finished putting in the front piece. And you just barely see it. There's a bolt up here and a bolt right there. That is a dog to get to. You've got to get that nylock nut on there, and there is very little room to wiggle around in there. I also found that following the directions ain't the greatest thing, because I had to loosen this up to adjust it a little bit so that the bolts would line up. That wasn't no big deal. But that lower bolt is a real dog to get to. You can just barely see the top one. We'll walk around. This is the front side. See, there's 1 and 2. And another thing, I don't know, they gave you a black washer to put up here to dress it up, but they didn't paint the damn head of the bolt. I mean, it'd be nice little touches like that. And then you have this piece of metal that goes on here. And that's for strengthening, I'm sure. But that washer is so thick that the square that is supposed to slip in there and hold the bolt from turning just barely catches. So you have to really push that in and hold it. Kind of a pain in the butt, but I got it. It doesn't look too bad so far. Yep. Okay, moving on. Okay. Y'all need to pause the video and look at that. There's no instructions, no writing, nothing. I mean, I finally figured it out. This is the back of the top. This is the front of the vehicle. Driver's side on this side, and this is looking down. But the only thing it's got is an arrow and an arrow. Oh, jeez. So I slipped it in there without even worrying about figuring that out. It's got, for a hinge. Now this is the one thing that they actually did weld a nut on the inside. So the nut's there. Put that in. You can just barely see it. There's a nylon, nylock, whatever you call it, washer in there. Tighten it up, not real tight. And then I'm sure everybody's done these before. Pop those on. The little stud or whatever you want to call it's already there. Shit. So you pull it down, and the first thing I notice is that it wants to hit things. But it goes down. Sorry. And then underneath, can you see? Yeah, there it is. That's what locks it in place. That's it. So you've got to push it down. Let me push it down and get it set. And got to push it down. Sorry about the quality of my video taking here. Okay. So that's in the lockdown position. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I'm just not very impressed. Like I said, it hangs up here. When it comes down, and when you close the door, it doesn't actually seal. They didn't cut it to. Can you tell what I'm showing you there? I hope so. Doesn't really. Get my hand down in there. All right, so I can get my finger in there, and then over here, I can really. I mean that. I don't know. If I paid full price for this, I would be taking it back. It's not horribly made or anything. It's just probably the nature of the beast. I'm kind of surprised Ford sells this on their website. But you can see what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I guess it would serve a purpose. The nice thing is, when the top is off, take the top off, you can close that, and when you close the door, nobody can get into this area. Nobody can reach in and grab your groceries out or whatever. I mean, little things like, now, like I said, on the hinge, they actually took the time to weld a nut on the other side of that to screw it into. Great. But why didn't they do that to this up here? That was a real pain. Oh, and that's another thing. So I guess like everything else we have to deal with, we've got a mixture. We've got millimeter, and that nut in there is 9/16. So you're going to have a 13 millimetric. There was another smaller, can't remember what it was, and a 9/16. So you need both. We'll see. I mean, you would think I should be able to just break down, but it hangs up. It hangs up on that trim piece right here. And I mean, I don't know. I guess I could probably get something to stick that back. Let me pull it back down and lock it. I mean, it does. This is rated for about 50 pounds, so you can throw a bag up there. It's got these guys. You can strap stuff down. You would have thought that maybe they'd put a little non-skid up there, because it's just painted steel. Yeah. This is a piece of trim that you put in. It wasn't too hard to get in there, but it would have been easier if the directions had shown me to put it in before I set this in place. But that was the last thing you put in. It just slips down over the edge of that steel. I mean, it don't look bad. We'll give it a try for a while. Of course, there's a rattle test. We're going to find out. I'll put a comment later about on the YouTube site there if it rattles or not. I don't know. It's all right, I guess. They did. I mean, they cut a spot out for the speaker and for to get to the outlet and the light. I thought I could turn it. I don't know. And then again, like I said, there's no. I guess you could take that plate off if you wanted to. You know, the way I was saying earlier about, there's nowhere to secure that because this is in the way. So I guess that's what that plate's for. Oh, by the way, the Allen wrenches, they're not millimetric either. They're in inches. I really am kind of surprised Ford is selling this on their website. This is something that you would find on, what is it called? Extreme Terrain. And I think Extreme Terrain does sell this. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about it. Again, instructions, there's nothing. But I'm guessing that if you want to, you can take these out. But there's no way to get behind it to get to that bolt. But you could just take these out and lift the whole thing out in one unit. I'm guessing that's why they put these plastic wing nuts, thumb screws, whatever you want to call them. You still have room to get into your, what do you want to call that, trunk, whatever. Yeah, I was able to get this thing, discounts and everything. I got this thing for a little over $200, $220. If I paid $700 like it's full price, like it's advertised on the Ford website, don't know what it's cost on anywhere else, I would be severely disappointed. For the amount of money I spent on it, it's not bad. Yeah. You know the drill from my previous ones. Thoughts, questions, hate, like, whatever. Yeah. Well, there's a fair amount of space in there. Time to put in, I don't know. I've been screwing around, so, I mean, screwing around, it took me about 2 hours. So, you could probably have the thing in about 45 minutes if you busted the box open and just got with it. So, it's not really difficult. It's just a couple of the bolts are a pain in the butt to get to. Yeah. We'll see. My idea was able to, strap stuff down, secure it for when the top is off. I could, now if I wanted to go to the grocery store and I wanted to stop somewhere else, I can, because nobody can steal the stuff out of the back of it. They do apparently make one of these that the top does not lift. It's fixed in position. It might be a little sturdier, you know, just by the nature of it lifting. It might be wobbly or whatever you want to call it. You know, I guess since it doesn't have very many securing points, I mean, really, it's only secured. Oops, sorry. It's only secured here. It's not bolted anywhere else to the body. So it's got its own self-structural integrity, I guess you want to call it. I don't know if you want to call it that or not, but you only have the 4 points where it's actually bolted to the body of the Bronco. Yeah, it's not bad, not great. It would serve a purpose. I don't think, I mean, you'd probably have to take a damn big sledgehammer to beat your way into that thing. I mean, once it's closed, it ain't going nowhere. So it is locked down pretty good. Yeah. Okay, well, that's about it. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. And y'all take it easy out there.